I'm sure you've heard me talk about 26shirts.com before, but just in case you haven't, let me fill you in. At 26 Shirts, they sell different limited edition sports-themed t-shirts every 2 weeks. After a shirt's prospective 2-week run is over, the design is retired and never sold again. They are operating out of Buffalo and now also offer options in Chicago. For every shirt sold, $8 is donated to a family in need. Not to a major charity or foundation, but to an actual family or individual in need. To show our support here at Chasing Cinema, when you buy a shirt, we will automatically put you into a drawing to win the next shirt free. That's right. You buy a shirt, $8 goes to help a family or individual in need, and you get a shot to win the next shirt absolutely free from Chasing Cinema. So go to www.26shirts.com and buy a unique Buffalo Sports Design t-shirt, help a great cause, and also get entered to win the next shirt absolutely free. Again, that's 26shirts.com, because you have the ability to help a complete stranger just because it's the right thing to do. www.26shirts.com. Help someone now. For tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and today I'm going to be riding solo because the episode is going to be a little bit different. But before we get into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button on iTunes so each week our episodes are automatically downloaded to your iPod, your iPad, your iPhone, whatever device you are listening to podcasts on. And if you're not the iTunes type of person, no worries. You could find all of our episodes on youtube.com/ChasingCinema. And as well as there, you could find daily movie news updates and video reviews. However, I want to let all my regular listeners know that today is going to be a little bit different. And if this is your first time tuning into the ChasingCinema.com podcast, what's going to happen today instead of our usual format is I'm going to play you guys our live video reviews of our review for Minions as well as the Gallows. So me and my good friend James Hsu, who's been a host on this podcast many, many times, we're actually live at AMC Town Square for the midnight premiere of both of these movies, and we reviewed them. So I'm going to play you those, and then right after both of those reviews, I would say they're about 10 minutes each, I'm going to also play you guys some of my San Diego Comic-Con coverage, just the audio though. Know that these are all videos, so I might be saying things that might sound kind of weird, or say, wait, I can't see what you're saying. But if you want to see all the videos of everything that I did for San Diego Comic-Con, as well as all of our other video reviews, make sure to tune in to youtube.com/ChasingCinema. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and next week we will be back reviewing Ant-Man and Trainwreck, and then as well, hopefully this month, our review of The General, the 1926 movie, which I chose as the movie of the month, and a top 5 list of favorite movies this year so far. So all that is to come, but right now you're going to hear the Minions review, the Gallows review, my coverage of the Star Wars panel at San Diego Comic-Con, my review of the leaked Suicide Squad trailer, as well as the Batman vs. Superman trailer. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to the ChasingCinema.com podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and please continue Chasing Cinema.
What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
James Hsu, how are you, good sir?
.com, and tonight we have 2 movies.
Yes.
3 technically.
Yeah, 3 technically.
Selfless.
Is it called Selfless? Yeah, right?
Selfless, yeah.
Selfless.
Minions, the prequel.
Yes, to Despicable Me.
And The Gallows.
Yes. We have 2 completely, totally different movies. We have the horror film that seems to want to compare itself to the classic 80s slasher films. It literally says in the trailer, we had Jason, we had Michael, we had Freddy, now we have Charlie. And then on the opposite end, we have the kid-friendly animated film Minions. So which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's first take over Despicable Me.
Minions. Me and you sat here. Well, actually, we stood in this exact spot 2 years ago and reviewed Despicable Me 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know it is, right? And you asked me, what was I thinking about Despicable Me 2? And me and you both talked about it, and we agreed that we thought Despicable Me 2 was okay, but the Minions were the best part. And what do we need? More Minions. So this movie gave us that response by giving us all Minions. I'm a big fan of the Minions. I even said it back in that review. It's actually posted in our review, so you can check that out. on our YouTube page that they remind me...
YouTube.com/ChasingCinema.
Yes. That they remind me of the Three Stooges. In a very odd way, the Minions are our versions of the Three Stooges, this generation. You know, we have that slapstick comedy. It's silly, it's goofy, it's fun, and they're entertaining. Look, James is a Minion. I don't know why I'm not a Minion, but James is a Minion. So what are you anticipating going into this flick?
I actually really, really enjoyed Despicable Me.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Disney and Pixar films where I see the trailer, I'm like, all in.
Yeah.
And then any other film, I'm just like, eh. And then Despicable Me was definitely an eh. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh wow, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Gru, and then his little daughters, the girls, and then the unicorn, the toy, and then the Minions was so freaking awesome. Part 2 was good. It was fun, but. And all that stuff. And then, so they announced this Minion movie, so I'm coming in extremely excited. I'm like, okay, because I think everyone loves Minions.
Yeah. So. After Despicable Me 2, I mean, t-shirts, cups, toys, plush dolls, everything. They're everywhere. You know, they've completely blew up. I wouldn't say that I'm in love with the Despicable Me movies.
Not in love me either.
I think the one thing about them that I really enjoyed were the Minions. So seeing them get their own movie, I think, is one of the most exciting things about this. I just hope they do this movie right, and it works. You know, I hope I find it really exciting. I hope I find it funny. But 90 minutes, you know. Quick, fast, to the point. So hopefully this movie has everything that works.
All right, let's see how it is.
Let's go.
All right, so we just got out of Minions. And for me, my brother, it fell short.
Did it?
Yeah, I don't know.
No pun intended.
It fell short. I think, you know what it was is we love the Minions, but maybe the Minions have Hulk syndrome, which is Hulk is great when it's with everybody, but you can't just do your own Hulk standalone film. Hulk standalone film has, over the past couple ones we've had, have not been great because you have Bruce Banner and then you have Hulk, and we love Hulk, but to have an entire 2-hour movie of Hulk might be too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this movie was only an hour and a half. It was like too long for me. Like, it was funny. I was laughing. I'm not hating on the film. If you're like Minions, watch the movie, support the film. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that I think one of the reasons why, for me anyway, I love Minions now is because I have Gru. I have the little girls in it. They're interacting with each other and all that good stuff. So for me, the movie fell short. I thought it was funny. It was cool for what it was and all that. Sandra Bullock's character was fine. Nothing great about her. There's nothing wrong with her either. There's nothing wrong with the film for me. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just like, okay, moving on. Okay, moving on, and you need the little girls, the unicorn, and Gru.
If you want to know my review of this movie, you could literally just kind of rewind what James just said, because I feel pretty much the exact same way. I was probably looking forward to this movie more than anyone else, and the movie kind of really disappointed me. And like you said, it's not a bad movie, but there's definitely a lot of disappointment there. I mean, there was scenes that I was laughing in, there was scenes that I was smiling and enjoying myself, but overall, I think the movie really falls on just a not very good story. When Minions are just hanging around being Minions, it's fun, but like as soon as we meet Scarlet Overkill, played by Sandra Bullock, the movie just kind of gets a little bit boring. It runs out of gas, runs out of steam, and like you said, there's nothing wrong with her character, but essentially she's just as kind of non-complex as anyone else. Like, she's just pretty much there doing this voice, get this crown, and overall I just felt like this movie didn't kind of go anywhere. I think like after the first 30-45 minutes I was also kind of, just like, alright, I'm over it, and that's kind of sad because I really enjoyed these guys. And it made me really think that, because a lot of people were asking in the theaters, they said, why didn't they just make a DVD? Well, the reason why they didn't make a DVD is because they're going to make plenty of money with this movie. Now, doing so, though, I think that they're going to get a lot of people like you and I who are like, all right, I think my fix of Minions might be over. But in my opinion, this movie's mistake is doing a whole 90 minutes. Now, we could have done a 90-minute movie, but split it up into 3 parts. Me and you actually talked about this. I think if they would have done 3 30-minute stories, have a small problem and just see how the Minions would fix it. Like, I mean, I've seen so many Minion little clips or shorts already. Like, remember the trailer for the second Despicable Me 2? Where, like, there's an alien that's coming after them? I mean, it's hilarious. Those things work. But doing a whole 90-minute movie with a story that doesn't really go anywhere really kind of makes this movie just not that entertaining. I mean, like I said, there were scenes that I thought were cute, they were fun. When minions are just being around, being minions, the movie's good. But otherwise, when they're trying to make this into like a heist movie, it just kind of loses its heart. So overall, I wasn't too impressed by this movie. I didn't think it was bad. I think people who love Minions should obviously go see this movie. I think people who enjoy animation should go see this movie. I don't think it'll be a disappointment for a lot of people, but overall, this movie definitely missed the bar of being a really great movie. It kind of reminds me of the Penguins of Madagascar. Everyone kind of really thought the Penguins were the best part of Madagascar, and when they got their own solo movie, it also kind of just didn't do that well. And me and Josh Bell, actually, Las Vegas Weekly critic, talked about that while we were watching this movie, and I don't think it was as bad as that, but Minions, they were still fun, they're still enjoyable. I still want to watch them, but only in short breaths. I mean, it's just kind of a bummer.
And it's weird too, because for me, I think it just really shows the power of Disney and Pixar. Inside Out, number 2 best film of the year for me so far, next to Mad Max.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next to that.
When you see what Disney could do in a hour and 40-minute time frame, the depth, the animation, the beauty, the comedy, everything wrapped into one, and tell a really, really great story for adults and kids, and then see this movie, it's very empty, it's very shallow.
You can't compare them.
You can't. You really can't compare them, and it's okay to have very shallow. Every movie doesn't have to be as depthful as Inside Out. However, when there's not something entertaining in those 90 minutes, you really can kind of go, wow, and see this difference in studios.
For me, the worst Pixar film is Cars 2, and that's not even a bad movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And the worst Pixar film is still better than this, I felt.
Yeah, well,
this wasn't like, I don't want to change my last name to Minions because I love it so much.
Did you want to do that before?
When I saw Inside Out, yeah.
Yeah. So do you not want to be a Minion anymore?
No. But
No.
I love this one that Jaden drew for me. Mr. Wong, is it clear? Mm-hmm. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
Anyway.
I think the Minions would work as the short in front of the movie. That's where they belong. That's where they're comfortable. That's where it's golden. It works. It's quick. It's fast. You're to the point. It's funny, and you get to still like them. But there's a reason why they were side characters in the beginning. And like I said, I think this movie's still going to make a ton of money, but overall, it was kind of a disappointment for both of us, I guess.
And I'm not supposed to like freaking Paperman better than that's a short. I'm not supposed to like Feast better. That's a short.
That's the thing is,
even the lava one with Inside Out I like better than this.
I wasn't crazy about lava.
So you like this movie better than Lava? I like Lava better.
I think this, how I feel about Lava is very equal to what I think about this.
It's not good.
No, it's not. But the thing though is alright, here's one thing that I kind of talked about in my review is why, we don't look at shorts like we could make them anymore. Shorts, I think, are a great, great medium. And for instance, in this movie would have worked perfectly. You just do 3 shorts, You call it a feature-length film, but do 3 short films in one. Short films aren't necessarily...
I wouldn't have liked that.
Really? Why not?
I don't know. I don't want to see 3 30-minute Minion movies all in a row.
Would you have rather seen 3 really good Minion skits or 1 really kind of disappointing long Minion movie? Is that worth the sacrifice?
I just want to see 3 of them.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't want to see... But the horse is nothing I don't want to see 3 movies.
If you would have split this, you could literally take this movie and split up, the birth of the Minions is one story and told that story, and then the Crown is one story, and then them meeting the character they meet at the end is another short story. All that works. It's just everything in between that's ugh.
ChasingCinema.com/Minions. And then you can get the full-on review.
Yes.
Written by
myself,
Jacob R.
Tiranno.
Just saying. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes.
YouTube channel, subscribe.
Of course.
Leave
as always. Guys, it's Comic-Con weekend.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Who's covering Comic-Con?
Holla.
Me. Every day. Movie news updates. Wesley Snipes talking to Marvel about Blade.
Blade Forward. That's already on youtube.com/ChasingCinema.com. If you want to see that. Plus the DC panel on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I'll be covering it.
Batman v Superman.
Would you think Marvel will do another Blade?
Supposedly, they're talking about putting him into the MCU.
I don't know if they'll do a Blade movie, though.
That's crazy.
I heard they were talking about Blade, but then the conversation went into, like, who else he could play. Because, like, that Blade, they will... I don't know if this Marvel will do that Blade. Like, that kind of movie. I would think, like, if Deadpool's really, really successful and people want, like, that really dark R version, then people will go for it, but
maybe
otherwise...
Blade with Daredevil?
Maybe,
and
but
Punisher?
you'd have to be really toned down. I mean, because I'm really excited to see the Punisher, but everyone else says, okay, we've seen the Daredevil reboot, we're happy. We're gonna see the Punisher reboot, we're interested, as far as the characters, not necessarily movies. We're talking about Blade, but what about Ghost Rider? That's the question where I'm interested in.
Nick Cage.
Even though I love Nick Cage.
Nicky Cage.
Like, if it was anyone else, I would hate that movie, but because it's Nick Cage, it's just kind of like, oh, well. Anyway, we're going to go talk about The Gallows right now.
And if you haven't seen our review for Gallows,
yeah,
it's already on this channel.
Just go on, check it out.
Right now. What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
JamesShoe.com.
And tonight we have...
2 movies.
Minions.
And Gallows.
And The Gallows. If you haven't seen our review for Minions, it's already online, so check it out.
Yes, we already talked about the Minions, the small pill-shaped yellow creatures that we all love. Make sure you watch out our opinions on that. But now on the complete opposite side of the children's theater, we have The Gallows, a horror movie. What have you seen about this movie? What have you heard about this movie? What are your anticipations?
Absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing.
Okay, so... this movie's trailer really caught my attention when the trailer actually advertises itself as the next great 80s slasher. They say, Freddy has his glove, Michael has his knife, and the character in this movie named Charlie, and then it goes into this kind of spiel. So I don't know much about it, but, comparing yourself to those movies, you better bring it. And, it's really short, which is a good thing. Horror has been something that I think a lot of, horror fans like myself I think have been struggling besides the work of James Wan, Insidious and Conjuring. So I'm really, really hopeful that this movie's good, but at the same time, I'm kind of doubtful. I don't know literally anybody in it, I don't think, as far as cast-wise.
Which is fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is what made horror film what it was in the 80s. So we didn't know half the people in these movies before. They eventually became stars, so hopefully we'll discover a star. But at the same time, I just kind of have an iffy feeling, when you're advertising Freddy and Jason and Michael on your trailer, you might be reaching more than you could choose. So,
how long is the movie?
90 minutes, just like Minions.
All right.
Let's go to The Gallows.
All right, so I just got out of Minions. If you haven't seen that review, it's already on the channel, chasingcinema.com. However, we're here to talk about The Gallows, Chasing Cinema. How was the film?
God awful. No, let me tell you, this movie was so boring. Was so stupid, and I don't like to use words like that. I've used them a few times.
It's rude. You saw someone's art.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Let me tell you. Okay, so here's my problem with this movie. You know what the worst thing is? Is when you go into a movie and you can't buy the whole entire beginning. If you can't buy what the story's about to take you on, then the whole rest of the journey's already stupid. So check it out. I'm going to set the scene for you guys. Let's walk you through it real quick. 1993.
I was born 9 years old.
I was 2 years
11.
old. Yeah, so you're
11.
Anyway, in this school, they put on a play called The Gallows, in which a student named Charlie is accidentally hung on the gallows. He's on the gallows in this play. He's going to get hung. He accidentally breaks. He ends up getting his neck snapped or choking. They don't really be clear.
In front of everybody?
But he dies in front of everybody.
Jesus, can you imagine seeing that?
So yeah, can you imagine that? You're in '93. You're in the school play.
I probably wouldn't even understand what happened.
Right. So what does the school do 20 years later?
Again.
It puts on The Gallows. Okay, so my immediate thought is like, all right, so I don't buy this because we don't put nooses around young kids' necks in school. Even if I do buy that, we have this tragic event that's probably glooming on our school in its entirety.
It'll never go away.
And we're going to recreate it. What? Anyway, this movie is a terrible, terrible, terrible found footage picture. I didn't know that going in. The acting was awful. The acting was awful. I really, really despise this movie just because of how silly it was. there's this whole point. All right, so this movie confuses you because it, like, all right, so it's about these kids in high school, and it feels like a 60-year-old guy was in there like, this is what high schoolers are like today. Because that felt so disconnected. I could not relate to it. I was like, I don't think any of any kids, well, I mean, I guess they're not that young anymore, but no one talks like this. No one acts like this. It was just so, like, convoluted. Like, you just see this 8-year-old guy saying, oh, this friend would do this. And then we have these, like, kind of stereotypes where, like, oh, these guys are football players and they're stuck in drama. And they have, like, these stereotypes of what a drama kid looks like and a football character looks like. And it's just so stupid. And the whole plot is that this football player kid who is in this play doesn't want to be in the play, so how they get him out is they're going to destroy the set of this play. And it's just like, why not just not go? What is this whole convoluted plot of breaking down a set? And, you know, when they get in there, you know what they start doing? They just start tipping things over. It's like, oh my God. It's one of those movies that, excuse my language, piss you off so early with just how nonsensical it is. That as it continues to go, you're just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Then the whole movie, I think if anything this movie can attribute is stingers. You know, just those quick scares out of nowhere, right? Like, they're just there. But the whole movie, I mean, isn't creepy. It doesn't make sense. There's no reasoning behind anything except for the fact that there's this kid who died is haunting this theater, which just doesn't make any sense. You know, he's haunting this theater, and then there's this twist at the ending, and the twist at the ending is the worst part because it even makes the convoluted, ridiculous plot even more out there and just unbelievable. I could not buy this movie at all. I absolutely hated it. I would not recommend this at all. And those are words, like I say, I don't use often. I hate to use them. But in situations like this, it was literally just something that they threw on screen.
You know what the beautiful part is? This is the beautiful part.
Yeah.
Someone will watch this movie and say, literally, no exaggeration, best film I've ever seen.
I doubt that.
100%.
If there is, I'm going to find you. And me and you are going to have a talk because I need to understand your theory. And hopefully, with all the movie watching experience I've had and all of the studying I've done, I could hopefully save you. Well, I still can and protect you from...
Let me ask you this. There was another stinker we had this year. Do you remember what it was?
No.
Ken, do you remember? There was another one you didn't like this year.
Yeah, I know.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, but particularly it was like it got like a 0 or a 1 or something.
Unfinished Business. Was that this year?
No, Jupiter Ascending.
No, I think Unfinished Business was the worst, though. That was the first time I ever gave a movie 0 stars. Unfinished Business with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, Vince Vaughn one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mordecai was this year, which was awful.
Oh, that was terrible.
What was worse?
Jupiter Ascending was awful.
Is this the worst of the year?
Well, here, let me tell you this. I've decided that I'm going to do the Gallows as a YouTube channel exclusive because it would be the second movie I give a 0 star to. Like, that's how much I dislike this movie. I've given 1 0 star in my entire writing career, and that was to Unfinished Business, which some people still try to defend, yet have ever told me about it, though. And the second would be this movie. Like, this movie just really bothered me because it's lazy. I hate that, you know. I understand, I understand filmmaking, and I respect filmmakers, but at the same time, I don't respect you if you don't respect me as an audience member. If you just kind of try to trample over me and try to force things down my throat, I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to buy it. And if you treat me like an idiot, then I'm going to tell you to your face, you're wrong, and you're making a mistake. And I think that's exactly what this movie's trying to do. Now, will this movie probably attract plenty of 13-year-olds and 6th graders on a Friday night at 7 o'clock? I'm sure it will, and I'm sure it will do its purpose. But as a movie in the long run, as a horror film, this movie will be forgotten in a week.
In a week, or you forgot it?
I already forgot it. Honestly, and I'm going to tell you the truth, we haven't been to a midnight premiere in a late time, and I was really excited. But like 30 minutes of this movie, I was like, "Oh my God!" I was just waiting. I was like, "Can someone please just let's go?" And this movie is 80-something minutes long, and it felt like 2 hours.
Well, it looks like Minions wins. If you haven't seen our review, once again, check out our review on Minions. And if you don't want to watch Minions, and you definitely don't want to watch this one, Mad Max. It's probably going to be leaving if it's not already gone in your theater.
I hope you guys see Mad Max. If you've not seen
Inside Out.
I'm really disappointed.
Jurassic World. Everyone in the world's seen Jurassic World, though.
For real, though.
Like, literally.
You see that dollar?
They're killing it. $5.50 US? It's crazy.
That movie's making money. But regardless, if you don't want to see Minions or Gallows, especially if you just avoid Gallows, make sure you're here next week with us because we're going to be here. We're going to be watching Ant-Man and Trainwreck for all the non-Marvel fans out there. Our information is down there below in our description box. Make sure you tweet us or comment below that you want to come. We'll reserve you seats and we'll make sure you will be with us.
And don't forget chasingcinema.com/
No, because I'm just doing this.
You're not going to write it?
I'm not even going to write the review for it.
Well,
this is me protesting that movie.
Well, or you can just go to chasingcinema.com
/ Minions. You can read my review on Minions.
or any other films that we do.
Yes.
Plus, if you don't know, our YouTube channel is literally not updated once a month.
Not once a week.
Not even once a week.
Not once a weekend.
Every day. Minimum 5. San Diego Comic Con. #SDCC is going down right now. Get ready for major news. Star Wars Episode 7. Get ready for Batman v Superman. Get ready for the world because it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, today we already covered the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 and the final, supposedly final Hunger Games panel.
Which it will not be.
Which probably will not.
We know they will.
Somehow, some way. We also covered some rumors about Ben Affleck. We also covered a conversation between Marvel and an actor named Wesley Snipes. If you aren't able to see the connection yet, head over to the YouTube channel and you'll figure out why they talked.
Let me ask you this before we end it.
Yes.
Two questions. Do you think they're going to end Hunger Games?
I think Jennifer Lawrence is done.
Okay.
So I think if they do it, it'll be a spinoff.
So you think they'll do like Harry Potter, the Fantastic Beasts, and Where to Find Them, that type?
Yeah, but see, to be honest, I don't even know really what direction that is or how that's related.
100 years before Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
That is.
So how is it related? Is it just the same universe?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I would assume. I mean, I'm not sure how Hunger Games ends, and I've been really lucky to avoid all of that, but I'm sure whatever the resolution is, we could still follow some characters, or we could do a prequel, but I honestly think Jennifer Lawrence is going to be...
You don't think JLL will be doing anymore?
I would be surprised. I mean, I know this...
Because of where her career is going?
Yeah, well, I just think that she's wanted for a lot of other things, and... if she does one more, she's not going to do one more. She's going to have to do 3 more. So I think it's time to let the movie go. I mean,
$20 million apiece.
Oh yeah,
plus
big money,
plus residual.
But she's got X-Men now.
She's done.
Yeah, we'll see. So if she doesn't want to stick with X-Men, why would you want to stick with Hunger Games?
It's where she started, where she blew up.
Yeah, kind of. But I don't know. I knew her before Katniss, so a lot of people know her from that now. Like that was the first movie that put her in the face in like a household name. But I don't know, man. I just feel like she has no reason to come back. Like the other 2 guys though, Peeta and Gale, like you could whatever happens to them towards the end, because I don't know.
Neither do I.
Yeah, we could follow.
Pray no one
we could follow one of them because maybe Peeta and Josh Hutcherson, but Gale, like I haven't seen Gale. What the hell's his name?
Lenny Kravitz's daughter?
No, Gale. The guy who plays Gale in the movie. Anyway, but you can follow him.
Thor's brother?
Is that Thor's brother? Hemsworth? Yeah. Wow. See? That's how unimpactful he is in the franchise. Nonetheless, it's just late. We're tired.
Okay. And if you didn't know, Chasing Cinema is actually known as
the Film Lovers website. I've been covering the San Diego Comic-Con 2015 yesterday and today. It's been really, really awesome. It's been one of the most exciting Comic-Cons I think we've had. And part of that is because of the panel last night, and that was the Star Wars panel. I was really surprised on what and how Star Wars composed this panel, how they decided to go about it. A few days ago I did a video because every single day I'm doing movie news updates. I'm not doing constant updates just for Comic-Con, but every single day I do them. And I've already reviewed the Batman vs. Superman trailer, the League Suicide Squad trailer. I talked about the Green Lantern. And all these videos you could find on chasingcinema.com under the news section, or of course on this YouTube channel. Excuse me. Allergies are killing me right now. Was that they weren't going to release any new trailer or footage from the movie. And to some people that was actually kind of sad and really not what they wanted to hear. However, most of us who've been reporting and covering Comic-Con know that just because they say that there's no new footage doesn't mean there's not going to be any footage at all. And they're really great at keeping things under wrap at the SDCC. I don't know why I said that in the abbreviation. I mean, I know I've been writing that, but I never say it like that. Nonetheless. So there was a lot going on, but the highlight, I think the greatest part to talk about the Star Wars panel, is the behind the scenes footage that they revealed. Now, of course, there were some really great highlights, including Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill all being together. The audience literally erupted, which was something very, very special. But I think as far as footage, and for those of you who have not attended Comic-Con or not attending Comic-Con, the greatest thing you could watch is this behind-the-scenes footage, which was released online last night, actually. And now, actually, I believe the entire Star Wars panel is available to watch, and you could do so on ChasingCinema.com. Head over to the news section. You just got to go to ChasingCinema.com, click the news button on the top of the page. Once you scroll down, you'll be able to find all my video news updates. And on the top of the list, you'll be able to find this video. Click the link below. It'll take you automatically to the Star Wars San Diego Comic-Con panel. Also, in this whole entire recap, you'll be able to see this video that I'm going to talk about. It was both exciting and really emotional, I have to be honest, because I'm so surprised in how smart this is. It seems that they didn't show any new footage because they weren't ready. They didn't want to bring us a new trailer. They didn't want to bring us any scenes because they weren't ready to be shown. And I respect that from Abrams and the cast and crew, because they don't want to give us a product, give us a negative feeling, and then everyone being like, oh, it's ruined. Because there are those people out there. Now, I think Star Wars fans are really happy about this movie. I think the trailer gave them a lot to kind of hold on to, especially that final shot with Han Solo and Chewie. However, this is a really, really beautiful just love letter to Star Wars, this behind-the-scene footage clip. It runs at about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And in that, we get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look. We see a lot of scenes being shot. We get a lot of fans talking about it. One of the best parts about this is everything has changed, but nothing has changed. An exact quote from actor Mark Hamill talking about seeing everything kind of come together on Abrams' production, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It was just kind of surreal watching these characters, and I love the fact they were talking about how they have to balance this, practical effects with now computer animation and special effects, and how they have to really keep that Star Wars world alive. We have Abrams talking to his cast and crew the first day of shooting for Star Wars Episode 7. And then you have Simon Pegg talking about how actually you have a lot of fans in this movie that we now see as movie stars talking about how exciting it is to see Star Wars come alive. Simon Pegg in particular really hit me home, because he's just like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This is heaven. Another person in a Stormtrooper's outfit said, I could literally die now that I've been a part of a Star Wars movie. And, that just kind of really shows how much this franchise means to people. And this video isn't the only thing that says that. You could talk to any diehard Star Wars fan, and there are plenty out there that will tell you how much this franchise impacted them. And I felt that in this movie. Like I said, I consider myself a Star Wars fan. I'm not a fanatic to the point where, I'm a huge Star Wars person. It's a part of my everyday life. No, but I really enjoy those films. I understand the importance of that franchise in the world of motion picture. And this even made me emotional. Seeing Han, seeing Chewie. It's just a really, really great clip. But the whole panel in all was really, really great. The fun part about it is that it actually ended leaving Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con, and they went to a discrete location for the San Diego Symphony that played some awesome Star Wars tracks. So really, really awesome, really cool event. Again, if you want to watch the entire panel or the video in question, please head over to ChasingCinema.com, hit the news button, and once you do that, you'll be able to find this video amongst all my daily video news. Click the link, and it'll take you directly to where you want to go. We have been talking about the San Diego Comic-Con like nobody's business. So much has happened today. It has to be one of the greatest day in movie news history, because I've talked about the new Green Lantern announcement, the fact they're making it about the Corps rather than just one Green Lantern. I talked about the Star Wars panel and the behind-the-scene featurette they posted, which was incredible. You could also find those two videos, as well as, yes, the grand finale, the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Comic-Con trailer I reviewed as well. All available on this YouTube channel. You could just hit subscribe to make sure you never miss out on any of them, and go check those out below. However, there was one more thing that happened today that put basically every comic book lover in a coma, and that was the trailer for Suicide Squad. Now, a lot of us were worried who weren't actually in attendance at Comic-Con because we weren't afraid that we weren't going to see it. But luckily, because of this modern age and technology, including cell phones, a Facebook and Instagram user posted the trailer. Now, to be honest, I watched it because I want to report it back to you. I would have rather waited for a much clearer, better version to appear on YouTube or online to watch it, because, the sound isn't that great. You're watching it from someone's lap, it seems like, and they're just kind of letting their camera phone just zoom up, and we're at a very awkward angle. But nonetheless, I watched it for you guys, and it is available, hopefully, still, because I'm sure they're going to try to kick it offline unless Warner Brothers just ends up releasing it on YouTube. But if you still want to try to watch this leaked trailer, head over to ChasingCinema.com. Make sure to hit the news button, and once you do that, you'll find all my daily video news updates, and including the Batman vs Superman trailer, and so on and so forth. But at the top, you'll be able to find this video. Click the link below, and it'll take you to where I found the leaked trailer. Now, if it's no longer there, I'm sure you could try to find some other links through the link that I posted, but if not, I'm sure Suicide Squad will release the full trailer very soon if they've not already. If they have posted it while I'm making this video, I'll make sure to post, obviously, the high quality, much better version. Okay, so the Suicide Squad trailer. This is definitely one of the aspects that I so badly wanted to see because of two reasons, and it's the same reasons why everyone else wants to see the Suicide Squad's trailer. Harley Quinn and the Joker. Now, watching this trailer, a great element of it, and really kind of an unsuspected moment, was how great I love Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. She doesn't have this incredible role, but I mean, just her talking, just her tone, you could just tell that she is the Amanda Waller that we all know and dislike. But she's talking about the worst of the worst, the fact that she has the greatest evil villains of all time. And we get to see Killer Croc, we get to see everybody, we see Will Smith talking about Deadshot, but guys, I know what you want to hear, and trust me, was the same way. Midway through the trailer we see this kind of part go to black, and it automatically takes us to Harley Quinn hanging upside down in this jail to I don't know who did it, but I absolutely love it. A cover of the Bee Gees' I Started a Joke, which is just the perfect song to use, and it's just this slow motion of her just kind of dangling upside down, and you could hear the audience roar at the top of their lungs. That's one really cool aspect of seeing a trailer like this, because it's not, you're watching an audience basically react to this trailer for the first time. Excuse me. Allergies are killing me. You actually get to watch the audience watch this trailer. So people went nuts. And, we see her, with the baseball bat. We see her in the pictures that we've seen her in. We see, there's actually a really great shot of Batman on top of the Joker-mobile. And then comes the Joker, where we hear his laugh. We see him very briefly as Harley Quinn asks him, "Are you the devil?" And then the scene goes out. I mean, as soon as we see Joker, the audience went nuts as well. But it's such a short glimpse. We see the Suicide Squad again. We hear that great line, "Oh, what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?" from Will Smith. And then he goes, "No, we all just work for you," as they are talking to the Joker, who will lead this team. And then we hear the laugh. And I don't really want to talk about it because I didn't hear it that well, and I replayed it, and I still couldn't really get it, but it does sound very cool. I just want to hear it in high definition, the best I can. And then we have this great scene of him grabbing this light, going black again, having it in our face, and we get to see him for the first time just right in our face saying, don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to really, really, really hurt you. Boom. Audience goes nuts. I got goosebumps. I'm all about it. I mean, today, I basically had goosebumps all day because of the Star Wars coverage, the Batman vs. Superman, everything, but this was just so cool. This was the cherry on top of everything. I will say the pie is definitely the Batman vs. Superman trailer, but this is definitely the cherry on top that just brings everything together to say, yes, San Diego Comic-Con is here. I've been posting multiple videos today covering the San Diego Comic-Con 2015. I've already talked about the Suicide Squad leak trailer. I've talked about the Green Lantern announcement, as well as the Star Wars panel from last night. You can watch all those videos on our YouTube channel. But now we talk about the best part of the day, and that is the Batman vs. Superman Comic-Con trailer. San Diego Comic-Con has pretty much been my pinnacle, the pinnacle of my life the past couple days, and today is especially all paid off because of the Batman v Superman trailer. They released it. It is online. It's amazing. I'm so glad they did that. You can all watch that video right now on ChasingCinema.com. Just head over to ChasingCinema.com, hit the news button, and once you do that, you'll be able to find all the videos that I've done, all video news updates. But on top, the very, very first one, you'll be able to see the Batman v Superman trailer review, this video actually. Right below, there is a link. You click that, it'll automatically take you to that trailer, and you can watch it. But I would be very shocked that none of you have seen this already, because it is already just being talked about by everyone. Okay, I have to take a breath, because I'm sure we're going to go at it for a while. As great as the Star Wars footage was, as awesome as the Suicide Squad trailer was, this trailer is one of the greatest trailers I've ever watched in my entire life. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that the trailer making, but the seeing everything finally come to fruition. This blows the teaser completely out of water. This is a story fans have been wanting for years, and to finally see it in our face in this trailer at Comic-Con is just the epitome of what movie fans have wanted. It was surreal. It was emotional. It was exciting and exhilarating. I mean, I've watched it probably more than 100 times already. There's just something about seeing it all come together that really, really meant so much. Affleck is incredible in this trailer. I mean, just finally kind of getting a really great look at him as Bruce Wayne. In the very beginning of the trailer, watching him react to a Wayne Enterprise building crashing, which is going to be pretty much, it seems like, the ending of the Man of Steel. During the Man of Steel fight, at the very end of that picture, it seems that Superman has knocked out a Wayne Enterprise building, and Ben Affleck, being the hero that he is, I know he's not Ben Affleck, he's Batman, but he is played by Ben Affleck. Bruce Wayne just books it right into this huge cloud of smoke. Fearless as can be as people are running past him. And this is when we kind of get a reveal that this building is a Wayne Enterprise building, because we see the logo and he's holding this young girl. And we kind of go back to the whole Superman, on trial. Is this man good or evil? And we have this discussion. And we have a little flashback of Batman's history. And we also finally see Lex Luthor in action, which is also really awesome. He delivers some really great quotes in this trailer. I think the highlight of this trailer, pretty much, this is really, really great, is at the very end, there's a montage of the Batman vs. Superman fights. And you hear Lex Luthor in the background say, black and blue, God versus man, and all of this is happening right over this battle sequence. Night versus day, or day versus night. And I'm literally getting the hair on my neck is standing up right now just talking about it. then I love the way the trailer actually ends, and it is Superman on top of the Batmobile ripping off the hood to reveal Batman himself standing up to go eye level with Superman. We have a great scene of Batman just stomping on Superman through a building. There's a lot of other great in-between moments in this trailer, one of them being a rocket or a rocket ship, if you will, exploding and Superman saving it, him talking to his mother, and she telling him that people fear what they don't understand. Excuse me, my allergies are killing me, which we all already know, and that he doesn't owe the world anything. But you also hear Ben Affleck talk about how this man could literally obliterate this world very simply. And just seeing it all come together, and seeing Alfred play by oh my God. Don't tell me. I'll remember. But Alfred yelling at Ben Affleck, Jeremy Irons, is just like, oh man, it's all coming together. But there's one scene, and this is biased because I'm a huge Batman fanatic. I'm a huge Ben Affleck fan, but there's one scene in this trailer that literally just was like, got me giddy like a 9-year-old. And that was watching Batman rip off the sheet to the bat symbol, putting his hand down, cranking that light on, and then as the camera moves up, we see the bat signal in the air. And to me, that was just one of the greatest moments ever. It was the highlight of the San Diego Comic-Con for me so far. Unreal. I loved it. It was awesome. This whole trailer is filled with great quotes, great performance. I mean, this is if I had any doubts... Oh, and how can I forget Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman is in this too. And she has this really, really great moment. There's this huge force field or explosion, if you will. You'll check it out. I mean, it's great. And there's so much great things happening that I can't remember everything. But it is just awesome. I think it literally put every fanboy and fangirl in a coma. All the geeks are done. I mean, this was just like, oh man, this is awesome. This is heaven. With that and Star Wars and Suicide Squad, this is definitely one of the greatest Comic-Cons, I think, ever. And it's just been really, really awesome. You got to check out my coverage for everything else. You can see all that on our YouTube page. But this was it, guys. I can't. I mean, there's no other words to describe it except for I am so pumped up because of this trailer. It's unreal. Let me know what your thoughts are. If I'm going crazy and you disagree with me, or if you completely agree and you're just as giddy as I was watching this trailer, let me know down here in the comment sections below. Let's talk about this trailer because that's my favorite part about doing these videos. Also, give me a thumbs up and a like if you've enjoyed watching this video. It lets me know you guys are enjoying what you're watching, and it's always really nice for me to see that. Last but not least, like I said, feel free to head over to ChasingCinema.com, hit the news button. You'll be able to find all my video updates from San Diego Comic-Con, as well as this video. You can click link below to find the actual trailer. And don't miss any of the videos updates that I do. Just make sure to hit the subscribe button and you are never left out of the world of motion picture. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for being a part of this exciting day with me. My name is Jacob Tiranno, and please continue chasing cinema.